Welcome in, everyone. Billie Jean Shaw here, joined by Intisar Faulkner, and we are so excited to continue to promote our 1-hour special Before Bondage, airing Thursday, February the 5th, right here on WIS.
And we are so excited to be talking to a legend of the Gullah-Geechee culture itself, Mr. Ron Daise, joining us from the feature show Gullah Gullah Island. Ron, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ron. It is such an honor, as Intisar just said, to talk to you today. You have had such a big impact on so many lives here in South Carolina, but really beyond in the nation, when you and your wife hosted the Gullah Gullah Island show on Nickelodeon in the early 90s. And as we are more privy to social media now and people are starting to learn more about the culture, it's something that you've been doing over 2 decades ago. Can you explain to us how this creation made it to our TV screens across the nation?
Well, I am very honored and thankful for the creation of Gullah Gullah Island that my wife and I and our family members starred in. The show was the idea of Perez Minton Productions Maria Perez was to be the executive producer of a movie by novelist Gloria Naylor. It was being optioned for a Disney movie, Mama Day, her book, which was about a fictional Gullah community. And after the book was published, she moved to St. Helena Island and bought a house, and we became friends. When the book was being optioned, the executive producer, Maria Perez, and the Lawrence Fishburne, who was to be the director and the main actor for the film, came to St. Helena Island to scout for sites for this movie. And my wife and I were invited to a dinner meeting at their last evening on St. Helena Island, and the topic of children's TV show, because Maria Perez and her business partner in New York were pitching ideas to Nick Jr., multicultural children's programs. The question was asked, would we be interested? Because Gloria Naylor informed her that we were performers. We had our own cultural performance that we toured the country doing. It was called Sea Island Montage, dramatizing the stories, the beliefs, and the songs of our community. And we said, yes, we would. And in a nutshell, that's how it began. But Mama Day as a Disney movie never came to being, but Gullah Gullah Island did. And I'm told that even today, there are numerous people who come to communities in the coastal communities of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, wanting to know, how do we get to Gullah Gullah Island? But in the interim, I'm glad they've come to realize that although Gullah Gullah Island exists only in the minds and hearts of those who believe in it, there is a real, authentic Gullah-Geechee culture that I am proud to be a member of.
Billie Jean and I grew up watching that amazing show. You know, Billie, I still have that orange cassette tape at home of Gullah Gullah Island. It was something I watched on repeat, didn't miss an episode. Ron, how did it feel to be one of the first Black families showcased on TV in this way for a kids show?
Yes, and we were a real family. It was about our real lives. When the show was being as it was being developed, some of the creative team, the head writer, came and followed us around for 3 days to about a week. And that's why the main character, Mr. Ron, is a newspaper reporter. That was my first job after graduating from Hampton Institute with a degree in mass media arts. And as they came about, Natalie would craft arts for our children and children who would stop by. And we always sang in our homes. So that was the backdrop for Gullah Gullah Island.
Wow, wow. When I think about that show, I think about the impact that it made just years later. You know, being in it at the time, especially watching it from a young mind, you may not realize the impact. But in 2026, what do you think you and your family's impact was with Gullah Gullah Island?
I think the impact, one, was it showcased a real heritage. People who speaking in their speaking Gullah-Geechee language, living their lives and being proud of who they were. And as we've heard from numerous people, adults as well as children today, uh, that was their first time that they saw people who looked like themselves or who looked like people, for those who traveled south to be with grandparents or great grandparents during the summer, were like their family members or like people they'd heard speaking before, but always wondered about, uh, why was it that things were different about them, but yet resonated within them. And it helped them to gain an acceptance of and appreciation of this very authentic culture.
You know, one of the parts of our special, Mr. Ron, is language when discussing the culture. And you know, Billie Jean, sitting down thinking about some of the characters from Gullah Gullah Island, Binya Binya the frog, and thinking about the name of that, and with Gullah-Geechee language, talk about that intentionality when it came to naming those certain characters as well.
Yeah, because he was a
Well, when
Binya.
the show was and during the pilot for the show, the producers had another puppet character in mind, and we told them that was not a character that was part of our heritage. So Maria Perez, who was from Puerto Rico, she and her business partner, Kathleen Minton, decided on a character that was a frog or pollywog that was like the coqui, yellow frog of Puerto Rico. And they asked for names. So I gave them different Gullah expressions, words, and Binya was the one that they settled on. Binya is someone who is a native of a Gullah-Geechee community, someone who has been here or Binya. And because it was a show for preschoolers with alliteration, Binya Binya was used, and it meant that Binya Binya Pollywog supposedly had been on Gullah Gullah Island for a very long time.
That is so good. And when I hear that, it makes me just wonder about why was it so important to you and your family for that intentionality there. You didn't want to water down the culture. You could have gone with the other character that they wanted, but you wanted to be intentional with everything that you were doing.
We were intentional, yes.
Even on a kid's
the other
level.
character,
Yeah.
it was called Hodag, which was part hog and part dog. And we explained, well, that was not a part of our heritage. The producers, no, they'd had people who assured them, well, it was a part of Black heritage. No, we've never heard of this character. No, that there is no such thing. And in fact, we thought that if this was to be a show for Black families, we didn't want to make references to hoes or dogs. And we are very thankful that they came up with another character, Binya Pollywog. And people engage with the physicality of this frog and the liveliness of this character. And there were other characters that were part of the show. I think in season 2 or 3, there was Chansum the Pelican. I don't know if you recall that one. But Chansum, that name was given because that was my father's his basket name. Basket names are names given to children at the time of birth because of some physical feature or something that may have happened at the time of birth. when my father was born, he was the oldest of my grandparents' children to survive. The others died at childbirth. And the midwife said, when looking at him, well, we gonna chance him or take a chance on his surviving. So his name was Chancellor. When he became an adult, he took on his father's name, Henry Daise. But he was known throughout adulthood as Chancellor.
Talk about the musicality process of the show, creating those one-of-a-kind songs, as you said, preschoolers, but they were catchy. We remembered them, Gullah Gullah Island. I mean, talk about that process of creating the songs for the show.
Well, there was a team of writers and songwriters, and I'm trying to think of his name, who had written the song. Peter had come up with the lyrics of the theme song, passed it to us, but I thought that there should be something in this song that was germane to Gullah culture. So there was a line that I substituted, just take your foot in your hand, which is Gullah-Geechee expression meaning to hurry up. It's like a jackrabbit that's racing across the field, and its hind legs looks like it's grabbing its back legs with its front paws. So just take your foot in your hand. That means hurry up. Don't miss the good things that we've planned.
Mr. Ron, not to put you on the spot, but how nostalgic would it be for our viewers if we were to hear you sing the song now?
Come and let's play together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Lots to see and to do there. All we need now is you there. Let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Just take your foot in your hand. That means hurry up, don't miss the good things that we planned. So come and let's play together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah Island.
Woo! That was so good!
Oh, I had all the feels.
Oh my gosh, that was so
all
good,
the
Mr. Ron.
feels.
Well, I never thought it left, but you definitely still have it. That is so good. So when it comes to where you think we are as a society today in preserving the culture, preserving the Gullah culture specifically, what do you want everyone watching to know about that?
I want people to know that this is a culture of descendants of West Africans who were brought against their wills to this country for the production of cash crops. And with their entrance to this community, although they were enslaved at the time, through their fortitude, through their resilience in staying alive, they helped to shape the cultural fabric of this country. They helped to build the infrastructure of this culture. So their import is something that people need to understand and appreciate. The language, the foodways, the beliefs and practices, even the art. All are aspects of this heritage influenced by West African ancestors and brought to this community by Gullah-Geechee people who live in the coastal communities all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina, throughout South Carolina and Georgia, down to St. Augustine, Florida. As heard from numerous people who watched Gullah Gullah Island and continue to view the show, there are those in communities of the African diaspora who connect with this heritage because we're all cousin cultures. Puerto Rico, Brazil, Jamaica, the West Indies, Trinidad, and numerous others.
Mr. Ron, since that amazing show left the air, what have you and your family been up to since then?
Well, I retired in 2023 from Brook Green Gardens, where I worked for 18 years as Vice President for Creative Education. And at that time, I helped to develop, create programs as well as exhibits. Permanent exhibits still exist there that help to shape the cultural landscape of Brook Green Gardens, which is our country's premier sculpture gardens in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, Georgetown County, and it was developed on 4 former rice plantations. So the heritage of the ancestors were there, and I helped to bring that out. I've authored several books and do performances as well.
That is amazing, Mr. Ron. Thank you so much for talking to us today. As we mentioned, everything that you hit on a short time ago is what we're celebrating with our Black History Month special, again, airing Thursday, February the 5th here on WIS, highlighting who we were before bondage and how our knowledge, skill, and power really just created the foundation for not only South Carolina, but for our nation. So when people watch this special, what do you want them to take away from it?
I would like viewers to carry the understanding that before bondage, we were a people with a unique and amazing culture, religious beliefs and practices, spirituality, music, foodways, and even today, because of our ancestors, they should leave this broadcast with an appreciation to know that for hundreds of years, we continue to be a living culture, not one of the past, but a living culture, a vital part of American heritage.
Mr. Ron Daise from Gullah Gullah Island, thank you so much. Please tell your family we are so appreciative as well for having an impact on us and everyone watching today. You guys are truly a gem, and we are so thankful for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr.
Ron.
Ron.
Thank you so much.